Okay, well, I just got booted off of the YouTube for an unknown reason. Let's hope that that does not happen again. Um, because I'm trying to be here to do some chill yoga with you. We'll see. Getting started in a few minutes. If you are watching this after the fact, I would go ahead and skip ahead a few minutes. What am I doing? I'm going to go here. If you want some tunes for practice, go ahead to my Instagram story at d.anna.mc. I posted a playlist for you to use tonight. Hopefully we can do this and we won't get booted off again. I guess we'll know here in a couple minutes. I do need to wait 3 more minutes. Yeah, we're just going to do some gentle hip opening, gentle shoulder opening. You know, some good old cat-cows, because they're the best. Decompressing our body from the day, getting ready to relax and go to bed. Make sure you're dressed comfy, cozy. Maybe light a candle. I don't know, set the mood for yourself. Turn the lights down. Make it easy for you to kind of relax. Minimize stimulus if you are able to. You don't need any props or anything, just yourself. You don't even need a mat if you don't have one. You can always just roll around on the floor or a towel or a blanket. Pretty low key. Oh, friends, also, while I have you here, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're able to make a donation, it's appreciated. You can make a donation at blackswanyoga.com/live. There's this handy little button that says make a donation to our teachers. I know, it's crazy. So if you're able to, please consider donating. It's a good cause. Okay, where are we at? Almost there. 1 more minute. Ooh, Patsy had a restorative today at 6 p.m. Bet that was really lovely. Patsy's pretty amazing. If you don't know Patsy, you should check her out. She's got a bunch of stuff on BSY TV, which is also a dope resource we have for y'all. Maybe check that out. Archives. Archives on archives of yoga videos. Just for you. Alright. Let's see. Where are we at? We got... Just a minute. I'm going to get our website updated real quick and then we'll get started, my friends. We're going to start on our backs tonight. Like I said, you're here for that chill. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start on our backs. Let me make sure this worked. Yeah, it worked. There I am. You ever see yourself, like, I don't know, on another screen and it's weird, like hearing your own voice, you know? All right. If you want to use that playlist, go ahead and cue it up. Throw it on a device in the background, nice and low. We are going to start on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. I don't have that lamp in here today, do I? I don't. We're working with this lighting today. I hope it's good enough. So, on your back, soles the feet together, knees out wide. Oh yeah. So, first and foremost, I want you to know if this pose isn't doing it for you, You don't have to start here, right? If this doesn't feel natural for your body, you can start in Shavasana, you can start in Fallen Bridge, which looks like this, or you can also grab some pillows or blocks and slide them under your knees for some support. I have really naturally externally rotated hips, so my knees just kind of fall out, right? Um, but we're all different. So if your knees are way up here and this is kind of a strain, give them some support if you're able to, and this is something you want to work on. Now from here, I'm also going to recommend, right, so you have open hips. I'm going to recommend an open shoulder shape to begin. So two options. One is to make a diamond shape, right? So I'm going to place my right hand on top of my left. Then I'm going to take my hands overhead with a nice bend in the elbows. So that's the first option, fairly gentle opener. Second option would be to grab for opposite elbows, making like a box above the head, which might be a little bit more intense. And again, maybe it's neither of those. Find a starting position that feels good for you, because we're going to rest here for a few minutes. Take your time. Settle in. Get those little wiggles out. And allow yourself to just be still. It can be difficult to be still sometimes. This constant need to be doing something, to be going, to be moving, to be competing, to do more, to be more. But right now, you don't have to do a damn thing. You don't have to be anywhere. You don't have to be anyone. You're just here on your mat with your breath, your body, and all that you are. Can we find contentment just being, existing, breathing. Begin to notice the rhythm of your breath here without changing it. What's it like if you just experience it as it enters and leaves your body? Notice the spaces it fills. And that sweet little rise and fall. You allow your breath to be easy. And from here, drop in. Take a little scan. Notice any tension or discomfort in the body. And then ask yourself, what's within your control here? What can you allow to release? Start small by unfurling your eyebrow. Unclench your jaw. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your neck. Shoulders release and grow heavy. Soften your belly, your thighs, fingers and toes. Turn your inner gaze to that third eye center. And then notice what you're bringing with you today. Notice if you've already started to find a sense of release here. If your mind is still racing from your day. Don't judge either way. Simply an acknowledgement of where you are in this moment. sort through this state or mess, whatever's in there. Perhaps you choose to leave everything from your day behind. Maybe you even invite an intention into this practice. A gentle reminder of why you showed up on your mat tonight. Yogis, let's take 3 deep breaths together. Take a big inhale. Slow and soft sigh out. Again, deep breath in. Lengthy exhale. Last time, fill all the way up. And a soft release. Good. On your next exhale, just let your hands come down to your sides. Use them to gently guide your knees closed like a book. And then take your knees into your chest, giving a little squeeze. Perhaps you choose to invite a little rock left and right at the low spine. Maybe invite some circles into the ankles or hips. I might choose to keep my eyes closed for this first portion. Maybe you do the same. Now keep your knees drawn in. Take your arms out to either a capital T or a goalpost shape. And on your next exhale, let your knees gently drop to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Easy supine twist. Not super big. The right shoulder stays grounded. Focus your breath all the way down to your low belly and low back. And remain soft here. Can you allow yourself to just be still? On the exhale, can you allow your body to relax? Take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Good. On the inhale, carefully come back through center. And then on the exhale, knees go to the right, look to the left. Again, allow your left shoulder to stay grounded. It doesn't matter how far the knees drop. Turn to look over the left shoulder and try to channel your breath into the low belly and the low back. And what can you let go of? Full breath cycle. Next inhale. Carefully draw back through center. Give a little squeeze. And plant your feet down. Closest to the butt. Feet about inner hip distance apart. Palms face down to your sides. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your body. Spread wide through your toes. Press your tailbone down into the ground. So we want to think of a little tuck of the pelvis here. Drawing the belly in to activate, tilting the pelvis. And then on the inhale, begin to lift the hips up. Weight shifts onto the shoulders here for our bridge pose. Try to keep the knees and toes pointing forward. Thighs continuously pressing up as you focus your breath into the front line of your body. On an exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, begin to lower back down. Hips are the last thing to arrive. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good, let's do that again. Press the tailbone into the ground, right? We're tucking the pelvis, engaging the belly, and inhaling to curl up. For our bridge pose, maybe you take a bind here. Try to maintain a neutral spine. You're keeping your gaze at the ceiling. Eyes can remain closed. And on an exhale, slowly lower back down. Got it. And from here, let's go for a figure four. Take your right ankle to the top of your left thigh. Flex your right foot. Actively open your right knee away from you. Now, this could already be particularly intense for you, so you can choose to stay here with your left foot flat, keeping the gentle activation of that right knee. Or you can thread the needle, float your left foot, and give a gentle pull of your left thigh towards your body. If you choose to do this, make sure both feet are still flexed. And the right knee stays actively opening away from you. Full breath cycle. Good. On the exhale, carefully release that. Right foot plants. Switch sides. Left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Foot flexes. Knee opens away from you. Option to stay here, especially if you notice that this side feels a little bit tighter. Option to thread the needle, giving a little pull. Both feet remain flexed. Low belly breaths. take a little bit of a rock of your spine. We're just shifting the weight forward and backward using our feet, creating this little rocking motion. And come to stillness here. I'm going to offer you two options. We're going to start to come up to a cross-legged seat. So the first option, which is a little more vigorous, is to grab your shins or your thighs, rock and roll it a few times. The second option, which is a little gentler, is to simply roll onto one side. And then carefully begin to press yourself up. I have crazy hair. All right. Let's meet crisscross applesauce, my friends. Okay, any version of crisscross applesauce is good. We're gonna warm up the spine a little bit. So let's start with the neck. And first of all, let's not skip ahead. Both sit bones on the ground. Tall spine. Relax the shoulders. Begin to bow your chin toward your chest. Pausing there for a moment. Keep your chin down. Tilt your head over toward the left. Chin up, head to the left. Chin up through center. Chin up, tilt to the right. Chin down, tilt to the right. Ooh. And then let that become a nice, easy circle, going slowly. Good. After a few rounds, gently change directions. Beautiful. And let that go. Now let's take the shoulders. So we're going to draw the shoulders up toward the ears. We're going to roll them down the back and forward. Up, down, and back. Make it big and dramatic. Oh yeah, feel those little crunchies in there. Maybe your eyes are still closed. I'm finding it kind of nice and relaxing tonight to keep my eyes closed. Change directions, take it back, up, forward and down. Get weird with it, one forward, one backward. Mix it up other way. Good, and find some stillness here. Let's work with a seated cat-cow today. I'm already relaxed from this. This is great. Is it good for you? Palms face down on the thighs. Elbows wrapping back. On an inhale, begin to pull your heart forward, arching your spine. Slide your shoulders down your back. Look up, chin away from chest. This is our seated cow spine. Can you soften the muscles in your belly here? Really just let it hang out. Good. Take a big inhale. Then on the exhale, begin to draw the navel in, hollowing as we scoop back. Take the elbows wide. Tuck the chin to the chest. Try to open the space between the shoulders. Seated cat. Inhale, pulls the heart through, hugs the elbows back, arches the spine, look up. Exhale, scoop, hollow, round. Do this a few times. Inhaling to pull through. Exhaling to round back. Who cares if it looks weird? Because it feels nice. At least I hope it feels nice for you. And if it doesn't, know that that's fine too. Maybe you take a standard cat-cow instead. Maybe it's a smaller movement. Keep the breath smooth and steady. And then let's keep this action, but start to turn it into circles. So in my seated cow spine, I'm arching forward. I'm going to keep arching forward, then I'm going to tilt my chest over to the left. Then I'm going to pull around to the left and hollow out through center to the right, and then arch forward as I come back through. Inhaling, exhaling to round and hollow back. Inhaling to pull forward. Exhale to bring it around. Mix up that cake batter. I don't know what that means. Make sure you change directions. Last one. Good. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, round it out. And come back to neutral. Beautiful. Crisscross applesauce. Arms go up on the inhale. Shoulders draw down. Take your left hand down outside your left hip, and on the exhale, tilt over. Wrap that right shoulder back to square the heart. Focus your breath to your right rib cage. Try to keep that right sit bone down. Maybe your right sit bone stays down and you're able to come down to your forearm. Maybe not. Look wherever it feels comfortable. Breathe into that right rib cage. Good. Inhale, take it up through center, both arms up. On the exhale, seated twist. Take your left hand outside your right thigh, right hand behind you. Press hand and leg into each other and look over your right shoulder, only as far as comfortable. And exhale to release. Inhale, pull the heart through cow. Exhale, round. Inhale through center. Take both arms up. Right hand plants. And exhale to tip over to the right. Again, keep that left sit bone down. Maybe the elbow comes down, maybe not. Draw that left shoulder back to keep a square heart. And breathe all the way down that left side. Good. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, right hand, left thigh, left hand comes back. Press and twist. And exhale, release, come through center. Inhale, pull your heart through. Exhale, round back. Good. Now from here, let's bring a little bit of intention into our crisscross applesauce. So I'm going to unstack my legs, placing my right ankle now in front of my left instead of on top of. Both sit bones still down. Still a tall spine. Take a big inhale here. On the exhale, keeping the sit bones on the ground, begin to fold forward. Maybe it's just your hands that come to the ground in front of you. Maybe it's your forearms. Focus here on low belly breaths. Try to relax your neck, your jaw, your face. This could be a very intense stretch for you on that right side. If that's the case, just know you're totally normal. Only go to your comfort level. This is a chill class, right? It should be chill on your body. If it's not chill, it's not working. Make it feel good. If it's super intense, ease out of it. Focus on the breath. Keep it chill. From here, look over to your left and start to walk your hands over to frame that left side. The right sit bone stays it stays grounded as you begin to fold deeper. Now maybe your rib cage rests on your left thigh, maybe it nestles inside of it. Here, can you try to focus the breath into the right hip, the low back? And what can you let go of? Full breath cycle here. Gonna begin to reactivate, pressing through the hands. We're gonna crawl on over to the right side now. Again, maybe the rib cage rests on the right leg, maybe it rests inside of it. Now the left sit bone, we start to lift up here. Just try to keep it sitting back. And notice how it feels different now. What's it like if you allow yourself to simply sit in stillness in these poses? You let go of all that's unnecessary. Full breath. And begin to come back through center. Pausing here for a breath in and out. And use your hands to just walk yourself back up. Beautiful. Let's carefully unwind and extend the legs for a moment. Take a little wiggle out. And we're going to switch sides. Crisscross applesauce, left ankle in front of the right. Both sit bones down on the ground. Nice tall spine. Take a big inhale. And the exhale, begin to fold forward. Maybe it's just your hands. This could be super intense for you, right? Maybe you stay there, allowing yourself to go deeper on the exhales. Maybe you come down to your forearms. Definitely breathe all the way down into the pelvis. Notice how this side is different. Don't judge it. It is what it is. And what can you soften? Big breath in. Big breath out. Then begin to press into your hands, lifting the chest, lengthening the spine. This time we're going to walk over to the right side first. Going as far as comfortable, rib cage resting on or inside the right thigh. Left sit bone stays grounded. I immediately notice the spicing up the stretch on my left side. So I'm going to try to channel the breath into my left hip. That includes the low back on the left side. Action. And a full breath out. And now we're going to walk over to the left side to fold down here. That right sit bone might want to roll up. Try to keep pressing back and sitting into it. Relax the neck, the face. Full breath cycle. come through center. One breath in, one breath out. And slowly begin to make your way back up using your hands to arrive there. Good. Let's extend the legs long and take a little wiggle out. We're going to come back to this seated pose in just a moment. We do have 2 more seated poses I want to do, but I have a couple shapes I'd like to do first. So let's switch it up. Let's come to a child's pose now. So just coming onto hands and knees. We've been working a lot with open hips, so maybe take a nice, relaxing, open leg child's pose. If closed leg feels better, go there, right? Wherever you are, big toes are touching. There's something under my mat, y'all. Knees are a comfortable distance. Rib cage rests on or nestles between the thighs. Your forehead can rest on your mat or a block or a pillow. Find a comfortable extension of your arms, whatever that looks like for you. Close your eyes here. Begin to channel your breath into your low back. Can you keep your face soft? Breath steady. Your mind still. Full breath cycle. If your arms aren't fully extended in front of you, begin to lengthen them out. Spread wide through your fingers. Let's start to activate our child's pose. So we're going to press through our hands, letting the elbows lift up slightly off the mat, shifting the hips closer toward the heels, just finding a little bit of a stretch through the shoulders. Good. Now look between your hands. We're going to start to crawl our hands forward, lifting the booty up to stack over the knees. I'm going to draw my knees in directly under my hips instead of wide. Then with my hips over my knees, I'm going to crawl my arms further out. And I'm going to take my chin to the mat for a puppy pose. Now if chin to the mat is a little bit too intense, place your forehead to the mat instead. From here, we want to find an active pressing of the sternum, the breastbone, toward the mat. Maybe your chest touches the mat, maybe it doesn't. here, look back between your hands. Start to pull your heart forward so your shoulders come over your elbows. We're just going to extend our legs long and lay down on the belly, keeping the chest off the mat. From here, my forearms are making an 11, right? My elbows are hugged into my ribs, directly under my shoulders. Toes untucked, feet about hip distance apart. Press through your spread fingers and your forearms to lift your heart and guide your shoulders down the back for your Sphinx pose. Breathing here. And on your exhale, release that down. Take your hands down to your sides. Take one ear to the mat. Palms facing up. Good, yogis. Take a breath. And take your chin back to the mat. Take your hands under your chest. Let's just press back to take a seat on the shins. Good. So I have two more seated poses, like I said earlier, that I'd like to do with you. And then we're just going to rest after that. So I want to encourage you for this first one to really allow it to be passive. Oh, y'all, I'm like yoga stoned right now. I hope y'all are feeling as relaxed as I am. So soles of the feet together, knees wide. Only bring your feet as far and as comfortable, right? There's no need to force it. There's no need to be aggressive with your body right now, right? So for a passive stretch here, both sit bones down, tall spine. Take an inhale, puff the chest. And let's turn our palms to face up toward the ceiling, like I'm giving someone a platter full of delicious goodies. I'm going to start to fold forward. I'm not using my elbows to press into my legs, not assisting at all. I'm just letting the weight of my arms kind of draw me down. I'm going to relax my neck and let my head hang. Channeling the breath all the way down. And on the exhales, my body kind of allows me to just sink in. Focus on the breath. Let go of any unnecessary tension. And let yourself sink. Full breath cycle here. And use your hands to slowly walk yourself back up, really allowing the hands to help press you back up. Let's do 2 more seated positions actually. Give your knees a little squeeze. So let's take the legs out wide, V for victory. Sit bones down, as far as feels good. And again, thinking of a passive stretch here. Palms facing up. Inhale, get tall. On the exhale, just go as far as you can. For me, that's not very far naturally, right? This is a pose that I usually have to work actively in and assist myself deeper in. But tonight, I'm just going to work with my natural mobility here. And remind myself to keep my breath smooth and steady. I'm going to allow my muscles to relax on every exhale. Full breath cycle. And then use your hands to gently press yourself back up. Carefully bring your legs together. Give a little squeeze. And we're just going to take a seated fold with our legs together now. Kind of close on the hips back up. Stretching the hammies and the low back. So I'm going to extend both legs long. Find the sit bones on the mat. Now again, you can work with a more active stretch or you can take that passive stretch. It's totally up to you. Bend your knees as much as you need to here to make this feel accessible. Sit bones down, start tall. On the exhale, begin to fold. Full breath cycle. On the inhale, slowly begin to make your way back up. Let's come to lay on our backs gently. Take your knees to your chest. Give a little squeeze. Hugging the knees in nice and tight. And from here, let's make this squeeze bigger for a moment. Take your arms around your shins, forehead in to meet the knees, eyes closed. Show yourself some gratitude for making this time for you tonight. Take a big breath in and exhale, Shavasana. If you're able to, please don't skip this. We've been practicing stillness. Put that practice to use now. Let your arms and legs go long. Let your toes fall wide. Eyelids close. Allow yourself to return to your natural breath here. I'm going to rest with you for a few minutes this evening. So if you would like to just rest here with me, I will guide you out of this. Know that you may rest as long as you need. As we settle back in here, make one final effort to release. Relax the muscles in your face, jaw, neck. Relax your shoulders, your thighs. Allow your hips to grow heavy. And then turn that inner gaze towards your third eye center. And allow yourself to rest comfortably in the stillness, knowing I will guide you out of this. again, yogis, I do want to encourage you to remain still as long as you need to. However, if you are ready to close out practice and would like to do so together, simply begin to draw your focus back. Once again, notice that subtle rise and fall of your chest and belly. The sensations as breath enters and leaves the body. Tiny movements, just wiggle the fingers, the toes. Let that movement get just a little bit bigger. And let that grow into circles of the wrists and ankles. Be gentle. And on an inhale, find a nice big good morning stretch. Arms reach overhead. Fingers and toes pull away from each other to lengthen the spine, inviting new life in. This is my favorite stretch. If possible, keep your eyes closed, y'all. Begin to bend into your knees. And then roll onto one side. Again, maybe your eyes don't open as you slowly and gently press up to a comfortable seat. From this seat, inhale to take your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Yogis, as always, I would encourage you to take a moment here, whether it simply be to sit with this physical connection, to return to the intention you set, or perhaps even to sit in meditation after I sign off. Deep breath in, release. Now, as always, the light in me honors, acknowledges, and loves that same light in you. Namaste. Beautiful, y'all. I hope that you are as relaxed as I am. If you're able to, please consider donating at blackswanyoga.com/live. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram at the.anna.mc. I'll be on here again tomorrow teaching a flow class at 12 p.m. Central Time, so maybe tune in with me if you want to move and groove. Drink lots of water before you go to bed. Stay hydrated. Be well. Namaste.